Hey everybody, welcome to Become Endless. I got a pretty busy day today. A lot of business calls, Skype calls to Australia and UK and all that kind of stuff. And as you can tell, I'm having a wild hair day. So don't focus on the hair, let's just focus on the content of the video. Our topic today is what it really takes to be an entrepreneur. And actually, you need to be sort of insane in this day and age to be an entrepreneur. A little crazy, but there are 5 things that I have that you can jot down that I think every entrepreneur needs, or characteristics or things that you just have to be or do to be a successful entrepreneur. Number 1, let's get straight to it. You got to be a risk taker. You know, business itself is a risk. Just thinking about starting a business, thinking about working for yourself is all risky. Why? Because you're going against the status quo. Most people around the world work for other people. And anytime you step outside of the status quo, step outside of that atmosphere of mediocrity, so to speak, you're going to be judged. You're going to have doubts. There's this whole realm of forces that are going to come against you mentally, saying it's not possible, it can't be done, nobody else has done it. And then you have your friends and sometimes family, but you got to be a risk taker. You know, when you think of I think it's about 1,800 plus billionaires in the world, and people wonder how they became a billionaire. Well, they took a risk. Several of them took a risk to do something that's never been done before. And when you're introducing something that's never been done before on a major scale to the masses, it will produce the type of income that makes you a billionaire. So you got to be a risk taker, first and foremost. Number 2, you need tremendous, and hear me when I say this, you need tremendous belief in yourself. Almost beyond human comprehension. You know, no one is actually required to believe in you in life. I know we have, you know, friends and family, but at the end of the day, nobody's required to believe in you. They're not required. So you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe that if you got the idea, if you got the inspiration and the passion to do it, just do it. You got to learn how to self-motivate yourself and push yourself in the midst of no support whatsoever. And it's really, really important, because being an entrepreneur, like I said, you're stepping outside of the box. And the forces are not on your side as far as motivation and encouragement until you surround yourself with other entrepreneurs who are also pursuing, you know, that kind of life. Let me look at my notes. Number 3, you have to be prepared and willing to sacrifice, I don't want to say everything, but you'll come pretty close to it. As far as time, as far as money, friends. I mean, if you're really serious about running a business, working for yourself, or running several businesses, you won't be able to hang out with everybody, because your business needs your attention literally 7 days a week. Not 7 hours, Lord knows, I wish I could run a business on 7 hours. 7 days a week. And if there were 8 days a week, you would need the 8th day also. So you got to be prepared. You got to be prepared to not spend on anything other than your bills and your business. Your bills and your business. Especially if you're starting out and you're not taking a loan from anywhere, you're not taking investors, you're gonna sacrifice everything known to me. You may even have to sell some stuff, you know? So you gotta be willing, you gotta be prepared to sacrifice. Being an entrepreneur is not easy. I wish I can sit here and tell you guys that it is the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. It is one of the greatest things, but the sacrifice has been insane. I don't regret it. but I will admit the sacrifice is insane. Number 4, every entrepreneur, every business owner either has a product or a service. You need a product for people to buy or a service for people to pay for. If you don't have one of those, I'm not sure how you're going to get your money. So the key to that, to being successful, a successful entrepreneur, is to create a product or service that people want, but that people need, or that solves a problem, or all three. And you can learn that just by observing, by paying attention to what's going on, paying attention to trends. Sometimes you may even get lucky and create something that people don't even know they need yet. So you want to focus on a product or service, or if you're that bad, create a product and a service. I have products, I have books, we have retail, I have services, I have a consulting company, we consult businesses, we consult individuals and stuff like that. So create a product and a service that people need. Find out what people need. Research what people need. Don't just go into business and just do whatever. You're going to end up wasting a lot of money and a lot of time. Discover what people need. Discover what people want. And if you have a passion for that in any facet, go for it all the way. Create a product or service that people need, that people want, or that solves a problem. The larger the problem, the more money you're going to make. The larger the problem, the more money you're going to make. The larger the problem you can solve, the greater the need for your product or service, the more money you're going to make. Number 4, last. Nobody wants to work with a mean person. Nobody wants to work with somebody who has an ego off the wall. There are a lot of people like that around. I'm not going to call any names. You need to have a great attitude. You know, I network with people all over the world. I have partnerships all across the globe. So many things coming up underway with my businesses. You need to have a great attitude. People can sense that. For one, I don't tolerate attitude. And if you're a hater and you watch this video, then you already know that. But I don't tolerate attitudes from anybody, especially not in business. People on certain levels, they want to work with great people who have great energy, great attitudes, great spirits. Because you're already, like I said, there's so many things already coming up against you as an entrepreneur. The last thing you need to do is partner up or even hang out with people with bad attitudes. So let's go through the list again. You must be a risk taker, or you can just throw in the towel right now. That's number 1, risk taker. You got to be a risk taker. Well, it's number 2, tremendous belief in yourself. You got to believe in yourself more than anybody else. If there's someone that believes in you more than you, then there's a problem. Number 3, you need to be prepared and willing to sacrifice whatever it takes. If you want to be a multimillionaire or billionaire, you will sacrifice everything at the end of the day. You know, it can get so bad to where your health is an issue. Now you got to stay healthy, but in the beginning, you may have some problems with your health. But you got to get back on track. Okay, being an entrepreneur, there is no 9 to 5. I don't know anybody who's an entrepreneur who works 9 to 5. It's literally from the time you get up to the time you go to bed. Your business is always on your mind. Okay, so number 3 was be willing and be prepared to sacrifice everything. Number 4, you gotta have something for people to pay for. That's the only way you're gonna get money. So create a product or a service that people want, a lot of people. That people need, a lot of people. If you can create a product or service that solves a problem for millions or billions of people, you're gonna become a millionaire or billionaire just like that. Just like that. Number 5, you need a great attitude. Do not contact me to work with me if you got an attitude, because I'm gonna shut it down. Anybody who's anybody will tell you it's the attitude that changes everything, especially when you're creating a team. You know, any major successful multi-million-dollar business, multi-billion-dollar business has a team of people, and I guarantee you, attitude is not tolerated. You know, just like the headquarters at Google, that's one of the happiest places in the world. They do that on purpose. They want to produce that happy atmosphere because great attitudes are going to produce great results. Great results are going to produce great productivity, you know? So all in all, you need a great attitude to make a great amount of money, to be a great entrepreneur.